The Platinum Dragons, including Alex Strickland, Annika Alvarez, Catherine Remax, and Nicole Doss, presents
Nuclear terrorism. What it is, why it matters, how we can stop it, and the problems of putting a stop to it.
What is nuclear terrorism? Nuclear terrorism is the use of nuclear weapons in a terrorist attack by a terrorist organization or people who belong to that organization. Currently aside from in the Middle East where dirty bombs, which can be defined as nuclear weapons improvised from radioactive nuclear waste material and conventional explosives currently used in warfare, nuclear terrorism is just a threat looming ever enclosing over our head. The U.S. currently is under a threat from 3 different organizations, these being ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and North Korea.
Although these threats are very serious, most of these organizations don't have the actual resources to create any strong bombs that they could use against the US. Why nuclear terrorism is a big deal? Nuclear terrorism is a big deal because if the US were to be attacked by nuclear weapons, hundreds would die immediately, and radiation poisoning from fallout from this attack or these attacks would take the lives of hundreds more. Also, if the US were to be attacked by any nation or organization, the nuclear retaliation from the US could cause an all-out nuclear war / nuclear apocalypse, which could end life on Earth.
Clearly, we don't want this to happen. So, how are we putting a stop to it? Currently, the U.S. government is trying to prevent nuclear terrorism by removing as many nuclear weapons as they can from the Earth. This approach has been in place since 2001, but it didn't feature heavily in nuclear summits until 2010. The only issue is that the approach that the U.S. wants to take won't start for another 25 years, meaning that by this time it could take place, we could already have a nuclear disaster on our hands.
The problems with preventing nuclear terrorism. The main problem with preventing nuclear terrorism is that if organizations can get their hands on the right materials, or even just some of the materials needed to make a bomb, people's lives will be in danger. We can't hide the uranium from terrorists, but we can hide the big guns, the big bombs meant for mass destruction, from the world, so that people are no longer in harm's way. We can keep the threats of nuclear terrorism at bay until a more permanent solution can be found.